Hi everyone, Tyler Jensen here with another Prayer Life devotional at 12:45. Today is Thursday, October 21st, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today I'd like to talk with you about the gospel reading from last night's Wednesday night service. It is Luke chapter 12, verses 13 through 21, and it is part of the beginning of our Live Free Generosity campaign. Where we're going to be talking about ways to be free to live the life that God has called us to. And so I'll just read the gospel, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this. All right. Without further ado, here we go. Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Friend, who sent me to be a judge or arbitrator over you?" And he said to them, "Take care, be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." Then he told them a parable. The land of a rich man produced abundantly, and he thought to himself, "What should I do, for I have no place to store my crops?" Then he said, "I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store all my grains and my goods. And I will say to my soul, 'Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, this very night your life is being demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be?' So it is with all those who store up treasures for themselves, but are not rich toward God." And that's the end of the gospel text. So, Pastor Erica was the person who shared this lesson with us last night, and she also delivered the sermon. And, I was talking with her afterward, and we were discussing it. And the issue with the guy with the barns and the abundant crops is not that he's rich. It's not that he is wanting to put stuff aside for the future, or even that he wants to put stuff aside for the future so that he can have time to eat, drink, and be merry, and relax. That's not the issue why God is irritated with him in this story. The reason is that he is solely focused on himself. Nowhere in the story does he say to himself, "I should pray to God to ask him, what should I do with this abundance that I have been given, or to thank God because, God gives us all things. All things are due to God. And so we owe him thanks for the blessings that he has given us." So it's solely focused on himself. It's how can I amass more stuff, and to the point where he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna have to break down the current barn and build a new one," which seems to be kind of a jump to me after 1 year of or after one thing of really abundant crops. He might have had several years of it, but it just seems to me like he's automatically jumping to the, well, if I have too much stuff, I gotta build more space to house my stuff. So that's really the issue, is that he really seems to be just focused on it's just amassing this stuff for him, and just focusing on himself. No thought is put to praying to God. No thought is put to maybe I should share some of this with others. And it's just this idea, and Jesus says it in the beginning. Take care, be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. And it's this guy in the parable seems to be thinking that his life does consist in the abundance of possessions, that is his focus. And to connect this to something that we might see today, this lesson from Jesus, I take the core root of this is take care and be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions, is something that we'll be seeing in about a month, a little bit less, is the Black Friday sales, where people do all kinds of crazy things for stuff they really don't need. And, I'll just say one of the only good things that came out of COVID, one of the only good things is that retailers are starting to think, maybe we don't need to have everything on midnight Thanksgiving night, and have people lining up about a block to get in and get our crock pots and our TVs. That they're kind of spreading this out over the month of November, but that's a whole nother topic. The point is that during these sales, we're all going to people go crazy and become obsessed with getting new stuff that they might not need, but that, hey, the TV's on sale for half price, so I better go and get a 75-inch flat screen LED TV, which I don't need. I probably don't have, the money, even if it's on sale, to be spending on this. There's probably better ways that I can be using my money that God has called me to, would call me to. It's just it seems sometimes that we are prisoners of our thoughts of, I've got to get more. I've got to get the bigger thing. I've got to get more things. And just when you decide to set yourself free from that, when you say, I've got enough for right now, I'm going to take some time now just to say thank you, God, for what you have given me, and how can I best use these resources, whether it is giving some of it away, or whether it is, I should plan to set some aside so that I have my retirement taken care of, or whatever that you feel God has called you to do with this after you pray and you consider it, but just not this constant accumulation of, time to get another TV because I haven't gotten, I might have 5 of them already, but you know what? We need a TV in every room, including the bathroom, so time to get another TV. It just is, it never ends when you focus on getting that next thing and getting another thing and getting another thing. It just never ends. And so you just have to learn to be free from that constant need that we tell ourselves that we have to accumulate more, and just learn to take a step back and really celebrate Thanksgiving for what it is, a time to give thanks for what you have received, whether it is money or possessions, or if you are so blessed, having a wonderful family and having your health. So you really need to stop and take, just take some time to say thank you for what you have, and just say, I have enough. I don't need to be constantly adding more. I'm good. And so that just seems to me to be the biggest thing that we learned from this lesson, is not to put such a focus on possessions and accumulating until the cows come home, but saying, okay, God has told me that this is the purpose that I should, that I need this stuff for, and I have acquired it to solve that purpose, and so now I am good. So that would be the biggest lesson that I would just take out of this gospel reading. And I hope that you enjoyed this Prayer Life devotional, and I will see you next time. Bye.